Hello, Nancy, and thank you so much for being here today with me. I'm very proud to introduce you. Your name is Nancy Aboultaif, and you are the founder of Nancy Aboultaif Coaching. And in your business, you are supporting female coaches and entrepreneurs scaling their business through strong foundations of management. That's correct, isn't it?
Yes.
Awesome. And thank you so much for your time. So I'd like to ask you, what is the challenge you would like to talk about to us today?
Today, I would like to talk about me stepping into being the business owner in my business.
Awesome. And can you share with us why this was such a big thing for you? If you let our viewer know, please.
Before that, I never actually lead a team. And to me, to step to be the owner and to lead the team and to make the decisions, it could be right, it could be wrong, was really hard for me. And especially because I was a shy girl, I didn't have that confidence, that courage to do that. Yeah, it was a really big journey.
Oh, yes, I can imagine. So how did you overcome this challenge? What did you need to do to increase your confidence and to step into the businesswoman you need to be to lead a team and run a successful business?
Can you ask that question again?
Yes. So what was it you needed to do to increase your confidence so that you were able to step into the businesswoman who is now able to run her own business and lead a team?
I had a really clear vision on what is it I wanted first. And me being really consistent about that and knowing that, yes, I can do it from inside. Even though it was really hard, there was moments where I used to even cry and say that I cannot do this anymore, or this is not for me. But just being consistent and having that faith that, yes, this is going to work.
Yeah, beautiful. I love that, because I've heard that in a previous interview that what kept the person going was the big vision of their why they were doing that. So would you say that's the case for you as well?
Yes, because my why is actually about females, and my team is 90% female. So they were the one big why I also kept going. It was because of my team. And at the end, we built a really strong family where no matter what, we were going to do this.
Beautiful. I love it. And so what were some fears that you were facing besides being shy, having to come out of your shell? Were there other fears that were sort of holding you back from stepping into this powerful young woman?
Yes. Well, I didn't tell you that I actually stepped into being the CEO and being the business owner through COVID. So that was a really big challenge for me in that moment. I remember, and through all the things that were happening, and we had a store, physical store, no one went to that store. So me deciding if I want to continue, because I was actually surviving that moment, me wanting to continue or me going to need to close the business. So it's more faith that kept me going, and seeing the improvements 1% every time, and having like the team support.
Yeah. And so you mentioned you had a physical office in the beginnings before COVID. So did that also mean that you had to change the way how you were running the business? Because I can imagine that through COVID, you were mainly then running all of the business online. So did that, yeah, so did you have to acquire additional skills to do that, or was it more a logistic transfer of how to run the business?
Yes, I think knowing your capacity and knowing what skills you need to have to run the business, because having a business physically and then having it online is totally two different things.
Yeah.
And the interaction between the people is a bit hard to show it.
Yeah.
So it's a also skill of communication, showing up.
Yes.
Yeah.
And one thing that I'm curious about is, how did your clients actually accept the fact that all of the business was being conducted online all of a sudden? How did they adapt to that change?
It was not easy at the beginning. Not for, well, it was not easy for everyone because it was a big change.
Yeah.
But what actually matters is the outcome of what they're going to have.
Yeah.
And you knowing that you're going to deliver the outcome. So
I loved it. Very well said. It's so true. It's more about the outcome. Beautifully said. Yeah. And so what is your big vision that kept you going? It is supporting females, but what's behind that? Why do you feel so passionate about supporting females to grow their business?
Well, from little, I have a strong culture. I'm from Lebanon, and me seeing sometimes that males are rewarded more than females, it was annoying, and sometimes it's still annoying. So that's what keeps me going. And me able to show that through myself and through people I'm able to help, that this is possible. So this is what is keeping me still going.
I love it. So you're really a female leader showing women what is possible.
Yeah.
Yeah, beautiful. And you're doing that at such a young age. I really admire you. That's great. Thank you for doing that. It's such important work. And so once you have overcome the challenges of transferring the business from the physical environment to online, would you go back to a physical environment, or are you very comfortable now running your business online only?
I'm doing both right now
Okay.
because it's fulfilling also to see the person in physical.
Yeah.
So, but yes, I feel like for more future, it will be more online because we're also going through a generation of electricity and so on. So yes, I think it's more going to that.
I love it. And then, of course, when your business is online, the reach of your business is far bigger than if you were limiting yourself to just a physical location.
Yeah.
Yes, great. And so, can you share with us a little bit of the strategy behind how in that first phase, when you had to shift from the physical location to online only, what was the strategy that you were applying, or the thought process?
Well, first of all, I actually had to plan what is it that I'm going to do? And I did not know anything about Facebook in that time. So I used to not use even Facebook. So me actually hiring someone or hiring mentors to actually lead me to what is the right thing instead of me just trying errors. That was the one thing that really helped me, like shortcuts. It's not, if they had to go through the struggle, why would I have to go? So take that.
Yeah, I love that. And that's also something that stands out in all of the interviews. All the successful people are reaching out for support themselves. Because why would you spend so much time and energy and money to acquire the skill yourself over a long period of time when somebody else can give you that knowledge, not in an instant, but far quicker, isn't it? Yeah, that makes sense. Love it.
Because if you not a long time ago, I was thinking like, I started through COVID and we have been just 2 years and my life has changed through that. But it was also investing and never stopping. Because if you stop, you're not feeding your brain.
Yeah, that's so true. You grow through investing. Very important point. Love it. Yes. And so what do you think is the lesson that you learned from this transition?
The big lesson?
Yeah.
Well, the big lesson that I learned is that sometimes we focus too much on the outcome of having maybe a number or just wanting to have that is the end goal. And it's not that, it's just enjoying the journey. And that's what makes it really, really fun. Maybe at the beginning it will be hard for you, but I know that later on you will know like who you're going to ask who I am becoming, and I'm very excited who I'm going to be also. So it's not just the end of the goal, but who I'm actually becoming.
Yes, beautiful. And also I think, who am I becoming, and have a vision of the person you want to become so that you connect with that future self. I think that connecting with that person helps you get there as well.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
And one extra thing is that this was a really big lesson for me, is that because we go, and we, especially if you run your business, you don't stop and appreciate what you have done. So you actually having, for example, I journal, I plan, but then I look back, what is it that I did? What is it that I didn't do? So you looking back and thinking that I did this, you're setting yourself for winning, and then instead of setting yourself for failure that I didn't do anything. So you're probably going to win more.
Yeah, wow. That's a really good point. It's the self-reflection, because that points out, and I love the fact that you're journaling as well, because looking back, you see how much you have grown. Because like you say, when we are caught up in the doing and going and being busy, we lose sight of where we have been only a few months ago. And
Yesterday, what did you do?
Yeah. And it's so important to have self-compassion and really tap ourselves on the shoulder regularly to validate ourselves. Because that way we don't need to wait for somebody else to tell us what we have achieved. We can do that for ourselves. It's such a good point. Yeah, I love it. Thank you. And so, looking at the vision of your business, you say you are from Lebanon and you're living in Venezuela now. Is your vision to impact women globally, or is it more within the women of your culture? Do you want to share a bit more about that?
I feel like I can help the people that really wants help, and it's not about the number, but is it how many women that really wants to do this with me, and if they're willing to do it. So it's not about the culture, it's not about from where you are, it's just you willing to do this, because you saying yes and you giving your 100% is just the beginning of the journey.
Yeah, I love it. So saying yes and then being aligned with your mission and your passion is sort of the secret sauce of getting you where you want to go.
Yes. Every time you don't feel like this is for you, it's totally fine. But keep searching, keep having curiosity, like you will find it. And that's one other thing that kept me going.
Yes, I love it. And then I can see you're a very passionate young lady, and I can see that once you have achieved what you wanted to achieve, you're not stopping there. You're looking for the next thing that grows you even more, that brings you even further, isn't it?
Yes. Well, growth is life. So if you never grow, it's like there's no life. So
I love it, and I admire all you young people who are on a mission already, because think about what you can achieve in your life. It's amazing. I really, really love it. Being connected with your mission so early on in life is really a gift. Yes. And Nancy, is there anything else you would like to share with our viewers about your journey? Or do you think you have, I mean, you have shared so much wisdom with us already. I'm just asking you if there is anything else you'd like to share. I leave it with you.
I think it would be more an advice. Like if you're watching this, it's for a purpose. And if you're watching this means that you want more, and just never give up, because there will be hard days. There will be days that you just want to sleep, or you just want to cry, or you just don't want to make this anymore. But that doesn't mean you're failing. It just means that you need to take a deep breath, but keep going. Like failure is just you not doing anything for a long time. So there's not a failure. Like every time you fail, you learn, and that's what I learned.
I love it, and that's so true, because all the successful people have failed thousands of times, but pulled themselves up again and used the lesson that they learned for the next success they have achieved. Yes.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
And I always say that if you have really big dreams, God is preparing you to actually face challenges. So every time He gives you challenges, say thank you, because this is a gift for you to actually be the person you need to be to get what you want.
Oh, I loved it. So it's all about having faith as well.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes. Beautiful. And on that note, thank you so much for that interview today. That was incredible, Nancy. And I'm sure the viewers got a lot of value from that. And I wish you all the best for your future. Lots of successes. And thank you. That was incredible. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Ella, for having me and to be able to connect with you. You're an amazing person.
Thank
you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Nancy. Love it. Mwah.